This is the Kia Sportage, and what's in it for you? Well, quite a lot, at no extra cost. Think of anything you might want to add to a car. Kia have already thought of it. For instance, Smart Cruise. You know what that is? It's radar cruise. It brakes and stops and knows the speed limits of the road. I'd like to meet George. George is the mascot for Kia, and they've sent... He's not really. He's very nice though, isn't he? Like you've already seen in the Sorento, this has a number of extra magic eyes for you. For example, when you indicate right or left, you've already seen this amazing camera system. Do we need it? I'm not sure, but it is very good. And then of course, just a simple thing, this stalk here, you don't need to be doing all that at night because it already knows when to put your high beam down. High beam assist, cameras. We haven't even started yet, mate. So confident that Kia were that this car was going to be a success, they threw everything at it. They put 22 different versions on the market. Two-wheel drive, four-wheel drive, plug-in hybrid, normal hybrid, this one, petrol, diesel, man walking across the road, an automatic or a manual. In other words, there's no excuse not to get one. No more untidy cables because you now have a charging slot here, wireless, Apple and Android. If you don't have it, you probably just need a software upgrade. Very much like this one. Please connect a phone that supports an Android Auto Apple CarPlay via an approved USB cable. There are 12 different ways to control this seating position. If you are a bigger person, you're not going to like this seat because it's going to feel like you are overweight because these areas are going to cut into you. If you are a leanish person, then you're going to feel really muscly because this brings you in more. But I like the fact that these are electric and you've got sort of a mix of a very soft, it feels like Alcantara, it probably isn't. Stop beeping. This is a Kia's beep. Right, and I start losing it. So if I start losing it, there's a dog now. You are going to need one of these at all times. It's a special cloth. It's not just any cloth because the finger marks that collect on here are ridiculous. As a guy who dropped it off, I can just see his dinner and that on there. Then you've got this piano black along here, and this gets really finger marky as well. But the thing for me was it doesn't just come off with any cloth. Rear passengers get plenty of room, USB-C, which is annoying because no one's got a USB-C cable, and heated seats and climate, and some places to hang things like this one, for example, which is, put that in the comments, and this one. This, by the way, is the Harman Kardon. Do you want to do the Harman? No, because I don't. Oh, actually, pan roof. A lot of people get a pan roof. So if you're in the back, you get the light. This area that opens makes the car look really good from the front, and you've got this much room. And this is privacy glass, which is also included. A couple of features that do work and don't work. This, when you unlock it, it will open the windows for you, which I think is great. Now, the camera people were saying, oh, every car does that. Right, first of all, who's doing the review? Are you doing it? The other thing that's interesting is it's supposed to have Riverdance boot. But this isn't working. All right. And then the most famous of all, which I will mention but not show you, is that these buttons on the key will move the car in and out of a parking space, which is really good if someone has annoyingly parked close to you. Do you ever do that? How did you get out, mate? How did you? Anyway, you press and hold this button and the car's, but you've seen it on YouTube. Someone else has done it. I'm sorry I can't deliver. It's not working. So now we're in adaptive cruise mode. I've got my distance set to 4. And this car already knows that this is a 20 and it's slowed down. If this goes into a 30, it speeds up. I'm just going to approach this roundabout now and see what happens, whether it sees there's a roundabout or not. No, it hasn't, but that's okay. I'd rather have my license protected. That's very clever because there's not very many cars that have that speed assistance technology, not even Tesla. Well, actually, if you're looking at the 10.12.1 software with Tesla, that's got everything. Did I also mention that you get more cargo space in this than the one before? 591 with the seats up, 1780 with the seats down for the tip run. And that means this is bigger than the Q3 and the Q5. By now, you might already know that Kia has a larger customer market share than the likes of BMW and Mercedes last time I checked. This means that the Sportage has gone from being a car for old people with smelly dogs to cool people who go to expensive gyms. Here's an example. One of my very trendy London producer friends said to me recently, what shall I get next? I gave him a list and he ignored my list and got one of these because he was absolutely blown away. He did say a couple of things. One is that this screen does reflect on that at night, which is annoying. And I've just found another thing. When you go over a bump, that seatbelt in the back for the third passenger knocks. They've even thought of a nice little way of getting in and out. Normally, when the door opens wide to enable you to get in, if you are huge or you're huge, then you have to then lean out to grab this handle, which is really bad for your muscles between the ribs. But instead, there's this little ridge. You just close the door. I like that. I'm now going to do the 360 camera to show you, and this is quite a narrow road, so it might as well just to show you, because the camera's really good actually, and you get if you press this button here, you get a little gimbal shot. Good, isn't it? Although that car is white, this one is blue. So attention to detail. Steering is quite firm. Easy enough, but not super light, like you get maybe in a Peugeot. There we are. Incidentally, the 360 camera, did I mention that you get a 360 camera? You can press all that and you can look at people's houses and stuff. It's good, isn't it? Look. Right, there we go, 3-point turn and another forward shot. That's good, isn't it? You might be wondering why I've left the Starbucks cup. That's because I've just signed a £3 million deal to be on YouTube with Starbucks, because YouTubers make an awful lot of money. Not really, it's because I want to show you, you can have this cup holder as a double thing. So when you put the cup in and then you press that button, you get like a little Star Trek. What's the weather going to be like tomorrow in London?
Tomorrow it will be rainy in London with temperatures between 9 and 18 degrees.
Couple more highlights here. In the driving itself, this hybrid one, I asked for this one because I think hybrids are really in. I think the market share for hybrids has gone up, I don't know, 10,000%. People want them, they're quiet, lots of miles per gallon. This one, 40 today on short trips, 46 yesterday. One thing I really liked when parking this car is, yes, it will park for you, but no one really uses that, is that when you get in, if someone is actually coming along behind you, you will get a warning. So that's when a beep is useful. I have normally noticed cars only do that when you start to pull off. This is really trying to save your life or your paint. This down here is very good, because if you press this button, you get the aircon. You press that button, you get your hotkeys for all of your items, like navigation and so on. I'm just going to test the stop-start in this while telling you about my top 3. Number 1, surround camera with the car, picture of the car. I know the car isn't the right colour, but it's okay. I think it's very good, especially in tight spaces, car parks and so on. Very clever. Is it going to pull off? No, I have to press the button, we are off again in traffic. Come on, speed up, then there's the traffic they're going. Number 2, miles to the gallon. I'll take over manually, it's okay. Miles to gallon, it's good, 46 at least I have seen so far. And number 3, the suspension. This is a nice, comfortable car with really good suspension. I love the springs on this, it's a highlight for me. Thank you very much for watching, we'll see you on the next one.